What's going on, watchers? Will here with another review for you of Marvel's Runaways. Here we are with episode 7 titled Refraction. So let's get right into it with a spoilerish summary. We open with a flashback that shows how Victor met Janet, interestingly in a conversation about time travel, and then what follows is the birth of young Chase Stein. We see the neglectful side of Victor in the past, and then catch up with the current Victor, only to see the time machine working, and a warning from a future Chase not to touch the Fistigons. Both Mr. Minoru and Miss Stein try to comfort their children in light of the reveal of their related infidelities, which are handled by both Chase and Nico with some quite relevant annoyance. Also, Frank is back, and he comes in after his conversation with Jonah revealing he has Jesus hands and can heal the ill, to which Miss Dean is rather concerned for how he has changed and how people will begin to see him as a result. Molly drops a double helix on the ground and confesses her conversation with Alex's mother, to which the rest of the kids kind of grill her as she just storms away. Miss Dean confronts Jonah as he wants her to turn her focus to keeping the pride together, and what follows is a kind of almost out of nowhere cheerleader practice. What follows is Miss Dean making her way around the family night at the Atlas Academy where the kids attend, trying to prevent the breakups of the Stein and Minoru households. The Wilders and the Yorks are trying to protect their kids from Jonah, while the kids are still trying to persecute their parents, joking that they will all be raised by Frank Dean. We also see the Deans speak with one another, and Frank tries to get answers out of his wife that all end up sounding like half-truths. The episode ends with some massive bangs. Nico keeps pressuring Alex to tell her how he knew the passcode. The Yorks pack Molly's stuff, and Gert in a way surprisingly convinces her to go, and in a massive twist, the message from future Chase comes back around as Mr. Stein almost kills Chase with a Fistigon after he kind of goes back to being a jerk, but in comes Mama Stein, who shoots him dead in the chest. This episode wasn't bad and really picked up near the end. The writing continues to deviate from the comics, but it still addresses the purpose of things introduced, like who Jonah may be and the purpose of the time machine. Although I'm not the biggest fan of characters hiding things from one another when it may be easier to just outright tell them, from a narrative perspective it kind of makes sense to not only maintain the teenager versus adult dynamic, but also to keep the mystery up and show the reason why they do this is usually to protect someone else. It is a weird kind of logic, but it does kind of help clarify that they do care. Nico pressuring Alex to tell her about the password does feel odd to me, because there's really no stakes for her aside from emotions. She doesn't really have anything to threaten him or blackmail him with that wouldn't end up backfiring and hurting her too. I also feel like Miss Dean is being very selective in what she says to Frank about the identity of Jonah, which will hopefully be expanded upon as the season wraps up in the last 3 episodes. Initially, I was going to give this a 7.5, but the ending ended up bringing up the time travel part back around in both dialogue and in narrative, bumped it up to a solid 8 for me in terms of ratings. Sound off with your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe to our channel, Hybrid Network. Also, check out our website and Patreon for more content. I'm Will, and I'll see you next time.